live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Algebra 1, first period. This is Wednesday, February 5th. We're going to skip on down to this problem here. So at this time, I want you to take these notes. All you have to do is write down this: factor x squared plus 6x plus 8. You can title this section Factoring Trinomials. Okay? This is part C. Now, we read this value as x squared plus 6x plus 8, or we read this expression, x squared plus 6x plus 8. We need to learn how to do something before we can do anything else, ladies and gentlemen. And so I'm going to open up my whiteboard. And it was x squared plus 6x plus 8, right? Okay. Turn this off. It's too much glare. Okay, now x squared plus 6x plus 8. We need to identify A, B, and C. Now, the way you identify it is the equation should be, or the expression should be written ax squared plus bx plus c. So take a look at the expression and tell me what you think the a value is. What is the a value? 1. So when there is nothing in front of the x squared, the coefficient is 1. What is the b coefficient? And the other one would be 8. Now these numbers are like signals, okay? They tell you things about the problem. So let's talk about what they tell you. A is greater than 0. A is greater than 0, so the graph of this quadratic would look like that. It will open upward. C is a positive number, so both factors have the same sign. B is positive, so both factors are positive. Finally, and this is really cool, what letter goes with that 8? That's the y-intercept. So we can say C equals 8. So the y-intercept is at 0, 8. That's quite a lot of information to know about something before you even do anything. And we'll go over these steps each time, but these are all the preliminary steps that we need to do. This is, we call like preliminary analysis. And remember, this is being recorded. You'll have this distributed to you in your OneNote, so you'll have access to these notes later. We haven't factored it yet. We've just kind of mapped it out. Whatever. Makes me mad. I wish it would snap to 90. Because the most common angles you would use would be 0 degrees and 90 degrees. So it should be able to snap. Wait a minute. I think there's a way. Hang on. If I use 3 fingers. No. No. Just give up. Okay, now let's factor it. Okay? So we know that both our factors will have the same sign. We know that that sign will be positive. Yes? So here's how we factor this quadratic. Open parentheses, close parentheses, open parentheses, close parentheses. This x here, and here we have another x. Both of the factors are the same sign, and that sign is a plus sign. So now we have to play a little game. Here's the game. You ready? We need two numbers that add to equal b and multiply to equal c. So tell me again, what is b? 6, and c is... So let's think of, there's not any like trick question. Just think of two numbers that add to equal 6 and multiply to equal 8, 4 and 2. 4 and 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. And 4 times 2 is 8. So we put here 4. And here we put 2. And here we put 4. And here we put 2. Okay, just do a quick visual check to make sure that this works. Yep, it works. And then you just bring these values here. Guys, that's it. That looks like a Z. Let me make this look more like a 2. You have now successfully factored a quadratic expression. Congratulations. This is a big moment. Okay. Well, yeah, for now. Okay. So let me grab this and put it into our OneNote so we don't lose this information. And I'm very proud of you. I'll put it in OneNote, Brenda, so you can see it again. Okay. Good job. Now we're going to move on to this next problem. So first, let's identify. No, you just have to just write down x squared plus 8x plus 15. Just write down this. Write down ex, for example, x squared plus 8x plus 15. You don't even have to write. Here, let me make it real clear for you. There. Just so you don't have to do anything. So the first thing we're going to do is put A equals, B equals, C equals. we will recall that the standard form of our quadratic is ax squared plus bx plus c. Do we all agree that the quadratic is currently in standard form? Yeah. So what's A? Good. What's B? What's C? So we need two numbers that add to equal 8 and multiply to equal 15. There it is. 5 and 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 times 3 is 15. X plus 5, x plus 3. No, it's a great question. By the end of today, you'll be knowing what to do when it's not just a 1. I don't want to assume that this is easy, but isn't this kind of easy? Yeah. Kind of easy. Easier than you thought it would be. How about that? You hear the word quadratic and you think, oh my gosh.
That's what I thought.
Listo? Brenda, your handwriting looks very good. Okay. Brenda, is it okay? Oh, you need maybe 30 more seconds. Okay, let's let Brenda catch up because Brenda's writing notes. And Jocelyn. Brenda, this dot right here, this dot means multiplication.
That was a dot.
Multiplication.
That was supposed to be a dot.
So this dot is the same as this symbol right here. So these are the same thing. Un punto aquí. Sí. And then no más. Erase this addition symbol. No, erase the plus sign. Yes, and put a multiplication symbol. Perfect. Okay? Okay. We're going to move on here. You guys don't need to see all that. Here, let's get down to the homework so you understand. Now, we're going to learn how to solve quadratics. So you just factored quadratics. You didn't know this at the time, but you were only one easy step away from solving them. So we're going to take number 20 here and work at x squared minus 7x plus 12. So this is number 20 from the homework. Number 20. Solve x squared minus 7x plus 12. Equals 0. The first step is the same step that we took the last time. A equals B equals C equals. Tyreek, what's A? Nick, what's B? Allie, what's C? Good job. So, let's talk for just a moment before we start our little pre-conference, our little game plan. A is greater than 0, so the graph will look like an upward sloped hoop. C is positive, so both signs will be the same. B is negative. So because C is positive and indicates that both signs will be the same, B tells us what those signs will be, so we'll say both negative. Okay? So you're setting up your quadratic factors, you know what you're looking for. Now, C equals 12, so the y int is at 0, 12. Just something that you need to always be aware of. Any questions about how I come up with all that stuff? More of a repetition thing than anything else. Once you learn what those signs mean, it will help you. So, open parentheses, close parentheses, open parentheses, close parentheses equals 0. The leading term is x, x. We said that C is a positive number, so that means we have the same signs. We said B is negative, so they're both minus. Okay? So now we just have to play the little game, and we're done. Justin, what number goes right here? What? I'm going to give you a hint. It's the B value. -7. And what number goes right here? 12. So I need two numbers that add to equal -7 and multiply to equal 12. Both those numbers have to be negative. -3 and -4. That's what I'm talking about. -3 plus -4 equals -7. -3 times -4 equals +12. So just put a 3 here and a 4 here and you're done. Almost. So we have now factored the quadratic. Now we're going to solve it.
I hated this.
Here's how you do it. Set each factor equal to 0 and solve these little tiny equations. So for this first one, I'll do +3 on both sides. And I get x equals 3. And here I do +4 on both sides. And I get x equals 4. So we think that these are our two solutions. These solutions here are called, they have many names. They're called solutions. You should write this down. They're also called zeros. They're also called roots. And they're also called x-intercepts. Basically, that's where the thing crosses the x-axis.
What'd you think?
Look, if we go into the calculator and put x squared minus 7x plus 12, and you hit the graph, look where it crosses the x-axis.
3 and 4.
3 and 4. You see that? If you hit second graph, you'll go down to 3, x equals 3. See where it says y is 0? And then 4 says y is 0. That's why they're called the zeros, okay? That's why they're called the zeros, all right? So let's do another one. X squared minus 6x equals 27. What is that number? Number 22. Number 22. Can you? I gotta. This is number 22. X squared minus 6x equals 27. Solve. X squared minus 6x equals 27. Okay. Alert. We need this to be in standard form. It's not. It needs to be ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So what can I do to get the right side to be 0? Subtract 27 from both sides. So now I have x squared minus 6x minus 27 equals 0. Now we can do everything. Now we have to do a little bit of analysis here. A is greater than 0, so the graph will go like this. C is negative, so we'll have different signs. B is negative, so the bigger number will be negative. And finally, C equals negative 27, so the y-intercept is at 0, negative 27. So let's factor this sucker. Open parentheses, close parentheses, open parentheses, close parentheses, equals 0. X, X. We know the signs are different, but the bigger one is negative, so we'll put a negative sign and then a plus sign. And now we play our amazing game. They have to add to equal negative 6 and multiply to equal negative 27. Negative 9 and positive 3. Is the bigger number the negative number? So we put a 9 here and a 3 here. Good job. Now set those equal to 0. And solve them. Now I'm going to show you how to check your answer. Remember, where x is 9, y is 0. Where x is negative 3, y is 0. Or at least it should be. So how do we check this? I'm going to show you how to check this. This is really cool. This will actually teach you something about the problem. Our original equation that was given to us was x squared minus 6x equals 27. All right, so when we plug in the things that we think x equals, this should all be true, right? So keep writing, don't stop writing. If I plug in a 9, okay, everywhere there was an X. This is the check. So now we're checking 9. Let's work it out. What's 9 times 9? And what's 6 times 9? So 81 minus 54 equals 27. What's 81 minus 54? So does 27 equal 27? Okay, so 9's correct. Now let's check 3. Okay. X squared minus 6x equals 27. So 3 squared minus 6 times 3 should also equal 27. 3 squared is 9. Oh, wait, it's negative 3. Okay. So it's negative 3 squared is 9 minus 6 times negative 3. So that's minus negative 18 equals 27. Well, 9 minus a negative is 9 plus 18 equals 27. Does 9 plus 18 equal 27? Mm-hmm. So 27 equals 27. You just check 3. Here's the final way to check. Take your two factors, x minus 9 and x plus 3, and use FOIL to combine them back together into a quadratic. So first, outer, inner, last. Here we go. First, x times, stop talking, please. X times x plus outer, please stop talking, plus outer, which is x times 3, plus inner, which is negative 9 times x, plus last, which is negative 9 times 3. So that's x squared plus 3x minus 9x minus 27. So combine like terms in the middle. X squared, what is that? Negative 9 plus 3? Minus 6x minus 27. Does this match the original? Does it match? Yes, it does. So you know different ways to check it. Now you can do the homework that you were assigned from page 507. That's this homework. In fact, we already did some of the work. Please remember, there is a YouTube video online right now that's 3 hours long that has all of those answers. You also have Delta Math homework due. Okay? So tomorrow we will cover what happens when that first value, what Nick said, is greater than 1 or different than 1. Could be negative. But other than 1, how should I say? I want to say thank you for all of you joining this live stream, and we'll end it here. Appreciate it.